Welcome into the Week 7 CAA Football Coaches Weekly Media Session. Before we begin with Coach Gibbs here at 10 a.m., a quick look at the CAA Football Weekly Award winners for Week 6, which were announced just 30 minutes ago. Earning CAA Football Offensive Player of the Week honors was Monmouth sophomore running back Rodney Nelson. Nelson rushed for a career-high 203 yards and 2 touchdowns on 32 carries as Monmouth beat Delaware State 49-38. The 203 yards by Nelson were the most by a CAA back this season, the 8th most in FCS in 2025. It was his 4th game this year with 100-plus yards. Nelson now leads FCS in rushing with over 142 yards per game. Receiving CAA Football Defensive Player of the Week honors was William Mary graduate linebacker Luke Banbury. Banbury set career highs with 17 tackles, 3.5 tackles for loss, and 2 sacks in William Mary's 38-34 win over North Carolina A&T. The graduate linebacker sack on 4th and goal at the 3 with 2:49 left helped seal the victory for the Tribe. Banbury now leads the CAA in tackles with 75 for the season. Earning CAA Football Special Teams Player of the Week honors was Stony Brook freshman kicker Michael Menino. Menino was 2 for 2 on field goals, 4 for 4 on extra points in Stony Brook's 47-12 win at rival U Albany. The freshman booted a 46-yard field goal just before the half to put Stony Brook ahead by 4. He added a 34-yarder in the 4th quarter. Menino also had 5 touchbacks on 9 of his kickoffs. He's 4 for 6 now on field goals for the year. And rounding out our weekly awards, CAA Football Rookie of the Week is Hampton defensive back Andre Jackson Jr. Jackson recorded a team-high 12 tackles and a sack as Hampton topped rival Norfolk State 41-34 in the Battle of the Bay. The freshman defensive back had made just 13 tackles in limited action over Hampton's first 5 games before his standout effort against Norfolk State. The Pirates defense forced a pair of turnovers in the game and made 2 sacks. So those are CAA Football Weekly Award winners for Week 6. A quick look at the Week 7 schedule ahead. 6 games on the schedule, all in the afternoon. Open with 3 games at 1 o'clock as Maine visits Merrimack. North Carolina A&T is home against South Carolina State, and New Hampshire travels to Rhode Island. And then 3 games at 2 o'clock as Elon hosts Villanova. Campbell travels to Hampton, and Towson is home against Monmouth. So that's a look at our schedule for Week 7 ahead. As always, for any media members on the line, if you have questions for the coaches here this morning, just use the chat feature or the raise your hand icon. We're pleased to be joined and start the call as we always do with the head coach at North Carolina A&T, Shawn Gibbs. Good morning, Coach Gibbs.
Good morning, Rob.
Good morning. Tough one for you guys. A really well-played back-and-forth game at William & Mary. You guys come up a little short, 38-34. Just give me your impressions on the game.
Hats off first and foremost to Coach London, his staff, and the William & Mary football team. It was a great game. Thought both teams competed hard, and they found a way to win and make critical plays when it mattered the most, and we came up short.
One of the things that we've talked about over the last couple of weeks that you wanted to see more from your team was a faster start, and you got that Saturday. You got out to a 17-7 lead. I would assume that pleased you the way your team came out of the gate.
Yeah, absolutely. I challenged those guys last week. Number one, it started in practice. So we had to have a good week of preparation, and we had to prepare to win, not just prepare to play. And those guys did that. They prepared really good, went up there, started out fast, and we played a good game for the most part. We just didn't finish. And, that falls directly on my shoulders. I got to help teach our team how to finish games and close out. But we've made some improvement, and I like the way they started, I like the way they competed, and like every week, those guys never quit.
You guys had moved the ball well all day. You get first and goal from the 5 with under 3 to go. I know you were trying to kill some clock down there and just couldn't get in, and then had the interception maybe to give you another chance and had the offsides. How frustrating it was. Did you feel like you had your guys in a position to get that one on Saturday?
Yeah, I feel like we were in a position to close it out. We tried to run the ball in, and that didn't work out, and then we got in a crucial 4th down situation, and we didn't make a play. I definitely have to make sure we're in a better position to make a play, give our quarterback some more options and play a little bit more to his strengths. But, even with that said, we were able to utilize some timeouts and save some time and get them in a situation where they ended up turning the ball over. But, unfortunately, we were undisciplined and jumped off sides and gave them more life and fell short. So, once again, I got to get these guys better prepared to perform in those critical situations like we were in on Saturday.
We're here with North Carolina A&T head coach Shawn Gibbs. If you have a question for him this morning, just use the chat feature or the raise your hand icon. Let's talk about that offense. Season high in points with 34. Another really good game from Kevin, 20 of 28, 225 yards and a touchdown. But maybe the bigger thing was that rushing attack got going, 153 yards on the ground. How did you feel about the way the offense performed?
Felt good, well, better at least. Kevin's been pretty consistent for us, and we've scored, 30 points past two games. So we've been improving steadily on offense. The running game was a lot better, but it's still not up to the standard that we want to play at. But I felt like the backs ran hard, and the offensive line gave us some lanes that we can run through. Now we just got to, put it all together, and especially put it together in crucial situations. But, I'm happy the way that the guys have responded and the way that they're competing.
You're able to, one of the key stats that jumped out, and I guess that's part of that running game, you were able to control the ball in that game for 39 minutes. That had to make you happy.
Yeah, yeah, and time of possession and being able to run the ball. We ran the ball 50 times, so that's what we want to do, and try to give our defense a break so they can recover. And we did that for the most part. But still, the things we have to do, it's like a broken record. We got to eliminate explosive plays. If we can eliminate those explosive plays, then we'll give ourselves an even better chance to win.
And I was going to ask you about that as we switch over and maybe talk a little bit about the defense. They certainly were solid a lot of the day, but as you touched on the big plays, the two-play 96-yard drive after you got up 17-7, they score on that 75-yard pass coming out of half, and then a 66-yard run by the quarterback Tyler Hughes. When you go back and look at those plays, what just guys not fitting holes, or what did you see on those?
Yeah, well, it's a combination of things, not communicating, not executing. We punt the ball, we pin them down on the two, and then two plays in a row. The first play, we didn't really communicate on the defensive line on whether we were boxing and spilling. We had our eyes in the backfield, so we got kicked out, and the running back found the crease and broke a long run, and we were able to run him down and give ourselves another chance. And then the very next play, we get caught with our eyes in the backfield and leave a tight end wide open. So, not taking anything away from William and Mary because they executed when they were supposed to with those plays. But both of those plays were examples of us just not doing the little things and having our eyes and communicating like we're supposed to. So we have to become consistent in how we perform on defense. And if we can communicate and everybody understands their assignment and their fits, then we'll give ourselves a chance. But we can't win games if we continue to give up explosive plays like that, especially in crucial situations. That was a chance for us to, we were winning the field position game. We get them pinned right there. We make them punt. We go down and score again. We had a chance to at least try to put it away, and we let them off the hook and let them back in the game.
Question for you this morning from Brian Hall. Good morning, Brian.
Hey, good morning. Okay, good morning, Coach. Thanks for taking the time. Just
Morning, Brian.
looking ahead to Saturday. This is a game, all A&T fans have circled homecoming. As a coaching staff, how do you sort of get these players to balance their focus on the field, knowing there's going to be so many, I guess, not really distractions, but so much going on off the field as well?
Well, like I told them yesterday, homecoming is for the students, the alumni, and the community. Our job is to win a football game. That's what we need to be focused on. All that other stuff doesn't matter. Can't get caught up in that. Let the people that are here to celebrate homecoming celebrate it. And if we get a chance to win a football game, we can celebrate after the game. But until then, our focus needs to be on South Carolina State.
Yeah, Coach, you've been an assistant coach, now head coach. I've been around A&T for a while. What makes homecoming and A&T is so special to see so many people come back year after year to celebrate, this team and the school.
Yeah, well, it's what I said earlier. The students, the alumni coming back. It's a family atmosphere. The community, everybody's involved. Everybody's excited about it. It's a family reunion of sorts, and it's the best one that I've ever been a part of. So we got to do our part in making sure that they can have a happy homecoming weekend.
And just looking ahead, what is South Carolina State going to bring to the table? What are you guys sort of preparing for them on Saturday?
Well, number one, they're well coached. I think Coach Chennis Berry and his staff, they have a culture of excellence down there. They've done a really good job ever since he's been at Benedict. He's got two good coordinators and Coach Williams on offense and Coach Odafer on defense, and they both do a great job of putting their guys in position to make plays. And Coach Berry always has a team that's going to play hard and be disciplined. They have a great culture, so it's going to be a tremendous challenge for us. But our job is to have another great week of preparation. We got to prepare to win, and we got to go out and compete our butts off on Saturday.
Thanks, Coach. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Coach, before I let you go, I wanted to, while we were talking about the defense, one of your freshmen, Tyler Howard, had a really nice game, forced a fumble, picked off a pass. To talk about the day that he had.
Yeah, really proud of Tyler. True freshman. He's out there. We threw him in the fire, and he responded. He was one of those guys that, I challenged to be better, and he did it. He went out there and got him a really good pick, and then forced a fumble on a great play, and he played hard throughout the game. Of course, he made mistakes like everybody else, but that's our job to get him fixed and get him playing as good as he can be. But I'm excited about the future for Tyler. He's a competitor. He's a kid that can run, and he really wants to win. So we got us a good one in Tyler.
All right, Coach. Well, good luck on Saturday against South Carolina State. Hope it is a happy homecoming at North Carolina A&T, and we look forward to talking again next week.
All right. Thank you, Rob.